I call this episode, Don't Do What I Did If Trying to Replace Your Gas Struts. All right. Welcome to the channel. We're glad that you're here. So the first thing I'm going to tell you, and I'm sorry I'm out of breath. I've been going and doing this for a while now. As you can see, all the fabric is pulled off the tent. Don't try to skim on this. This is not something to mess around with. Let me show you why I say that. I almost completely ruined my tent because of my stupidity right there. So what I actually did, as you can see, is I moved those out just a little bit on the left side and on the right side. May even move it out just a little bit further on the right later. Either ways, point being, what I tried to do was just remove the strut, fabric still intact and everything. And what happened was that began to then pull away because that strut wasn't there. And it shifted it all forward because it wasn't catching the weight. Completely stupid mistake on my part. Do not do that. This would be a whole lot easier too if your rooftop tent was on the ground, but mine's not. And again, this is just me doing this. I don't recommend that either. Let me show you from up top how I've done this. So I literally used a hiking pole right up here and pressed it into just the mattress, but that wasn't high enough. So I installed the strut there. It just screws into the tip. These are 200-pound struts. And I'm gonna get the other one on, and then I'll be able to pull it all down. So I've attached it to the bottom down there. I'm gonna have to crawl over here, over all this stuff to access the second one. But anyways, then when I got it high enough, I had to use this as a level and have one hand holding the post up, the stick. Don't recommend. To then tighten this one on. So here's another example of what not to do. I feel like Tim the Tool Man. I got it attached to the trailer right there, and come alongs all the way up to top here. So I got ratchet straps running across here just to pull it down so that I can then tighten the fabric in. So we'll get there. We will get there. If you're ever so inclined to do it as I am, just come down here, give it a few cranks, and then come right back up and do some more zipping. How this works out, I may be like the biggest idiot when it comes to this stuff. Oh well, I'm having fun giving it a shot. Okay. Here we go. It worked. I can't believe it. It worked. So there it is. Got the tent zipped back in. I'm gonna go ahead and close this off. You can tell I've still got the strap holding it down a little bit. There it is. And she's back to the way she's supposed to be. Yes, I'm gonna relieve the tension off of that here in just a second. Here's the deal. So here's why I've done this in the first place. The original gas struts were shot. They were done. Too hard to hold up. So the tent was getting to where it didn't want to open on its own. I had to use my hiking stick to hold it open. So the shocks, the struts were just, again, they were just shot. So what I did was I ordered 200-pound 36-inch struts. It was a shot in the dark. Oops, sorry. It was kind of a shot in the dark on that because nowhere could I find for this tent, or really for any rooftop tent that's a clamshell. Could I find the exact size or weight recommendations for the tent? A lot of them factory, I know, come like with 80-pound struts. I wanted to go to 200. Here's why. These are the Apache 9800s, and I'm going to put all my recovery gear and everything else in there. And I knew that was going to be quite a bit of weight, so I wanted to be able to do all of that and still have the ease of everything opening up properly. So I knew it was going to be tight and hard initially with this, getting it to set up and everything. I just didn't have any idea how much work it was going to take into getting those struts swapped out. So these little caps came on these are the old struts, now that I've replaced those, but all of these came with these on them. Both of these did. So they're just kind of on here like this on the new ones. And I took those off because you don't need those. This just attaches to the existing hardware, as you see, that's already in here. And so this literally screws in on both ends, there and there. And so this piece of hardware right here, you leave that attached. So you're able to just take these right here and twist them right off, because you simply do not need them for rooftop tents. All right, so got the rooftop closed up, everything else put away. So this is going to wrap up this video, and join me on the next one as I tackle putting the roof rack back on and also installing those Apache 9800 boxes from Harbor Freight. Yeah, that's going to wrap this one up, guys. I learned a lot in doing this. I'll put the link in the description for you for the struts that I got. Again, that's the 200-pound per each side strut, but it'll be great to hold all of the weight of all of the things that are in here, as well as some of the recovery gear I've got back over here in this corner. And it just frees up some of the back area for food and for things like that while I'm out on trips, especially this coming summer when I'll have the whole family in the 4Runner traveling with me, and want to make sure that they have plenty of room for storage, for gear, for clothes, for all the things that we will need for that trip. All right, so that's going to wrap this one up. Hey, thank you guys so much for watching. Do me a huge favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We'll catch you on the next one. Thanks, guys.